What's up, Ant City, and welcome back to another Sparking Zero video. And today, I wanted to talk about the Dragon Ball DAIMA DLC and what my predictions are for it. So we're just going to jump straight in. So first thing I wanted to show here is that if we look at the DLC 2 teaser that we got, we already know Glorio and base form Mini Vegeta are confirmed, right? So my prediction for DLC, because we're going to go over both. We're going to go over DLC 2 and 3 in this video. So my prediction for DLC 2 isn't going to include them because we already know they're confirmed. So I'm going to go over who else I think could be coming in this DLC packs. So we're going to try to match this up with how Super Heroes DLC was, which let me pull it up right here. It had 11 playable characters. So we're going to kind of try to keep it within this range. I don't think every DLC is going to have exactly the same amount of characters, but we're going to try to keep it within this range of characters, right? And then I don't know about costumes or custom battles. We're not really talking about that. We're here to talk about characters. So I had about 11, so we're going to try to keep it within this range. So let's just go ahead and jump straight into it. All right, so jumping straight into this prediction. Now, just to go over what my list is going to cover here, I think the first DAIMA DLC, because we have Mini Vegeta, is going to cover everything up to episode 12 of Dragon Ball DAIMA. So anything past episode 12, I don't think will be in the first DLC. So first character we've got here, as you can see, is Mini Super Saiyan Goku. This is from episode 8 of Dragon Ball DAIMA. The reason I have specifically Super Saiyan is because base DAIMA Goku is already in the game, and since he was like a pre-order bonus, I believe, I don't think they'll make him part of this DLC. What they'd probably do is when this one drops, drop DAIMA Goku base form as like a separate DLC that you could purchase if you want to play as base form DAIMA Goku. But I think Super Saiyan DAIMA Goku is absolutely up next. I mean, again, I think this is going to cover up to episode 12. We've got Glorio. This is a major moment in DAIMA. So I don't see them skipping over this, because pretty much, like right now, Dokkan of Legends, for example, that's an example I'm going to go back to a lot. They both used this moment of Goku already. So I think it's very possible that this is coming next. I mean, it makes sense. Goku's the main character, so no way they don't give him Super Saiyan 1 at least, especially because the next character I have here is Super Saiyan Mini Vegeta. So again, I didn't list base form here because we already know that's confirmed, but I do think Super Saiyan is likely because my thing is, if we're getting base form, I feel like it's got to be Vegeta from episode 12 when he fights Tamagami number 2. Because before that, Vegeta doesn't really fight that much, so I don't think they'd have enough to really pull from. So just going straight to episode 12, I think makes the most sense to me. So that would be Super Saiyan Mini Vegeta. And then, of course, the big moment from that episode, Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta. So again, this is like a major moment from that episode. One of the hypest moments in DAIMA, because this was the first time we saw a brand new form. Because like, Goku, we knew he could go Super Saiyan and all of that. He already had all the way up to Super Saiyan 3. Vegeta had never done Super Saiyan 3, and this is the first time he saw it. And it looks like the games, like, I don't know if there was like some weird like rule that they couldn't release this beforehand, because Dokkan just got this Vegeta like this week. So it looks like the games are allowed to cover all of DAIMA now that it's done. So I think this Vegeta is very likely for the first DLC, just especially when we go over the second DLC, just how much stuff there is in there. I think this Vegeta is very likely. So Super Saiyan 3 Mini Vegeta, I think, is very much on the table. And again, to reiterate, that would be 5 characters already, because we have base form and Glorio that it didn't talk about, and Goku Mini doesn't count as part of this. So yeah. Next thing would be Tamagami 3. Just because I think the Tamagami for sure are going to be added to the game. I mean, it's possible that they don't add the Tamagami. I just think it would make sense if they do, because the Tamagami are pretty popular characters. I mean, Legends did get Tamagami 3. You could argue that Dokkan skipped the Tamagami, but that's because I don't think those banners didn't have side banner units. Yeah, it was just Mini Goku and then Glorio at first. So I feel like if they had side banner units, the Tamagami would have been there like how Legends did it. So I think we're just going to go through all of them here. So we got Tamagami 3, Tamagami 2, and Tamagami 1. I think all 3 of them could be coming in this DLC. Just because, like I said, I think they're going to cover up to episode 12. And throughout those episodes, the main things we see are the Tamagami fights. So I think all 3 of them could get added here because it just makes sense. Especially because, like I said, based on what I think the second DLC is going to be, I feel like to fill out the roster, they need to add all the Tamagami. I think that would make the most sense. Because otherwise, this first DLC, I feel like would be too small. And then next, we've got Majin Ku and Majin Du. The reason I have them both listed here is because they are actually the ones that fight Tamagami 1, and they are introduced in episode 12. Again, I could see them maybe being added in DAIMA DLC number 2, just because in this first fight, especially for like Ku, I don't feel like they have that many animations. I guess with Do, they would have a pretty good amount of animations, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. So I think that they could be added here. So that would give us 10 characters total. Now, one thing I do want to keep in mind here is if we go back to this picture, you notice that the season pass does say 20 plus new playable characters. My thing with that is it's kind of weird that they specify 20, right? Because the first DLC had 11 characters, right? And I don't think each one of these is going to have 11 or 10 characters, because then at that point, why not just say 30 plus new characters, right? Because it would be over 30. I mean, I guess technically if they go up to 30, yes, that is more than 20. But I don't know why, I'm just getting this feeling that because they put 20 plus, it's going to be closer to the range of 20. So I could see it maybe being like 5 and 5 here. So like, for example, if they skip all the Tamagami for the first one that we just talked about, that would give us 7 characters, I think. Yeah, 7 characters. That would give us 7. So yeah, like maybe around there. And then this last one, I could just like be below 30 still. I mean, again, I could be wrong. Because my problem too is we're going to go over both lists. I feel like all the characters I list make sense for DAIMA, unless they're planning to do another DAIMA pack that they just haven't revealed yet. That is completely possible too. Like maybe DLC 4 will be Season Pass 2 and that starts with another DAIMA DLC. They could split it up that way. It's just the fact that they're saying 20. Yes, like 30 characters is over 20 technically, but I feel like at that point just put 30 plus. Unless it's potentially maybe they didn't know everything that was coming to DAIMA, so they were like, well, we can guarantee there will be 20. But now there's more stuff that's happened in DAIMA that they want to go past that. I'm not sure. But yeah, now we're going to cover my predictions for the second DAIMA DLC. So the first character here is Super Saiyan 3 DAIMA Goku. I don't think they're going to add Super Saiyan 3 to the first DLC, just because I'm going based on like the episode order. Technically, they could add him because they're adding Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, so maybe they want to match Goku with Super Saiyan 3. But I think just going off of the way I'm thinking about this, just going in order of episodes, I think Super Saiyan 3 should be added in the second DLC, especially because if you watch DAIMA, the thing that happens directly after Super Saiyan 3 is Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku. And I mean, come on, this is obvious. There's no way they're not adding Super Saiyan 4 Mini Goku. Like, he is coming for sure. He had so many cool moments in the show. There's no way this is not part of the second DLC. Like, 100%, I think this is a guarantee. Then next I have Goma. So specifically, this is Goma when he first gets the third eye. Now, you might notice I did not include Goma's base form where he's like tiny and has his wand, because I think this is going to be like a Garlic Jr. situation, which if you don't know what I mean, in Sparking Zero, Garlic Jr. does not have his base form either. And it's because for Goma and Garlic Jr., they don't really fight in their base forms. They fight when they get into their big buff forms. So I think for Goma, they probably will do that same thing, especially considering I think Goma is going to also get his giant form. I use this screenshot to show that Goma, as the fight progresses, he gets bigger and bigger until he is literally like a giant towering over them. Like, when he first puts in the third eye, he is buff and big, especially compared to the mini characters, but eventually he's way bigger than even the adults, as you can see here with adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta right there. I think Giant Goma is also for sure going to be coming, just because it makes sense for him to have like the giant form also, because he does fight a lot in that giant form and could have some unique moves and stuff. So I think they're going to skip base form and give us buff and then giant. I also do think this form of Do is coming. This is, if you don't know, in DAIMA, Do sees Goku go Super Saiyan 3, and then he like copies it, and Ku throws him a cookie, and then he copies Super Saiyan 3. So I think this is a unique transformation they could give to Do. I could actually see it being added to the games, just because it is technically a transformation. So I think it could work. I think this absolutely could work. Now, the next character I have here is base DAIMA Goku, like adult DAIMA Goku. So I have him. I feel like to get my point across, I should talk about the next one, is Super Saiyan 4 adult DAIMA Goku. Now, you notice I skipped over Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 3, because this Goku does technically use all those forms, but he doesn't fight in them. He only fights in Super Saiyan 4, technically. So if they really wanted to, I could see them adding just Super Saiyan 4 for adult DAIMA Goku, just because he doesn't actually fight as an adult in Super Saiyan 1, 2, or 3, or even base. He does fight in base at the beginning against Vegeta, which is why I think it's possible. But they could just jump straight to Super Saiyan 4 for this and skip the base altogether, which I think also applies here because I have adult Vegeta here too, and then adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I do think it is possible, especially because I want to pull this up right here. Xenoverse just announced that they are adding Super Saiyan 3 adult Daima Vegeta. So again, he's going to be straight up Super Saiyan 3, not base form, anything like that. So I think it's entirely possible that Sparking Zero adds Daima, Goku, and Vegeta as Super Saiyan 3 and 4 and not their base form. I could see that happening. So we'll have to see. But you see, so if they don't add the base forms for Goku and Vegeta and just give us Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan 3, my prediction would then change to move Do and Ku over to the second DLC, just because it would make sense to me to add Do's transformation along with base form Do, and then Ku and Do have to be together. Like, there's no way they're not added together. Plus, they fight more later in the series, like during these episodes, so I think they could pull more animations and stuff from here, and so we could get them in DLC 2 rather than the first Daima DLC. And then this one could just, it would still have the 8 characters because you've got Super Saiyan, or you've got Glorio and then base, my bad, Mini Vegeta. So there's still 8 characters here. And then this one would also have the same amount of characters as I predicted. So we get 8 characters in one and then 9 in the other. And I think that kind of makes sense. Still would put us like over, well, almost over 30. It's still technically under 30 with that, actually. So I think that could work. I think the base forms could be skipped entirely just because they don't really fight in those. But, I mean, they are adding base form for Mini Vegeta, who I guess he does start fighting Tamayami 2 in base. So maybe that's why. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. If there's like any characters you think I missed, or if you think this will be in a completely different order and I am just completely wrong. Let me know what you guys think down below. But this is my predictions for what Sparking Zero's Daima DLCs are going to look like. So yeah, until next time, I'll see you guys later, and peace. Have a good day, y'all.